Hi everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Cooking and Gardening with Mr. Tapia. As you can see right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cooking. So I'm washing my hands, getting in there really good and deep, making sure I get all the germs off of my fingers and my hands and my wrists. And oops, and don't forget to get underneath your fingernails, of course. Germs like to live underneath your fingernails, so don't forget to do that. Go ahead and wash off your soap, and don't forget to turn off your water with without using your fingers or your hands because you just washed them. So use like your arm or something else, and now we're silky smooth and ready to go. Now we have some instruments that we do need. We have our blender, a measuring cup, a cutting board, and a knife. A butter knife will work just fine for you today. We're going to start off with our strawberry kale salad. And this is going to take 1 cup of kale, 1 cup of strawberries, half a cup of orange or orange juice, and a pinch of salt. So we got our strawberries there, 1 cup. And you can see a little space in there, so I went ahead and filled that whole thing up. Now we have our kale, and I went ahead and pushed it down as best as I could to get to that 1 cup mark. And now we're going to go ahead and wash them. So I've got my strawberries and my kale in a little bowl in the sink, and I'm individually washing these. I don't have a strainer, so I just made use with 2 bowls. So we're going to go ahead and wash up first. Alright, and that should be about it. So we're going to go ahead and pour out our water from our main bowl. We're going to set that aside, and now we're just going to dump out the rest of the water. So this is perfect if you don't have a strainer at home. Now we're going to go ahead and peel our orange. And I went ahead and cut this orange in half. It just made it easier for me. In this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using half of the orange for our salad, and then the other half is going to be just mainly for our smoothie that we're going to be doing. And I'll explain why. I just don't have any orange juice, so we're just going to be using oranges for the salad dressing as well as the smoothies. So I'm cutting off the tops here of the strawberries. These are completely edible if you want to eat them, but I went ahead and cut them up for the salad. And you can see that these are cutting just perfectly with the butter knife. You don't really need a sharp knife. This is something you can do easily by yourself at home. So I went ahead and cut these in half, and I just want to make sure that I get some strawberries on pretty much every fork that I place into my bowl. So I went ahead and diced them up into 4s. So each of these strawberries started as a whole, then I cut them in half, and then now they're 1/4. And some of them are going to be halves, which is totally fine. You can see how I'm slicing them. So that would be 1/4. And now I have my orange juice or my orange sauce. In this case, this was the half orange, and I went ahead and just blended it up. And now we just add a little pinch of salt and one more pinch of salt. The first one stuck on my finger. Alright, awesome. So you'll see the final result at the end of this video. We're just going to go ahead and start off with our next recipe. So our next recipe we have, don't worry, this will be really good. It's going to be a kale berry smoothie, and for this you're going to need 1 cup of milk or liquid, 1 cup of kale, 1 cup of strawberries, and half a cup of orange or orange juice. So here's mine. Got that all ready. I washed it, and I've got my 1 cup of milk, and we're gonna go ahead and chop off the tops of our strawberries here. Okay, so what I did here is I either chopped them up in halves, or else you can just put them in as wholes. It's totally fine, don't worry about it. It's going in the blender. And let's go ahead and peel our orange now. And as you can tell, this is the same video as the first one and me peeling the orange. Just wanted you to see it visually as well again. So we'll go ahead and just put the whole thing into the blender. We're not going to go ahead and worry about peel or just splitting up the pieces. Although you could, and then you could see how many slices are in a half of an orange. Let's go ahead and dump in our liquid now. Awesome. And I didn't have any frozen strawberries, so I went ahead and used ice cubes. Depending on how strong your blender is, you can use 2 to 3, I would recommend. And place your oranges in there, and now you're going to go ahead and put your strawberries. And then last but not least, don't forget about your kale. Awesome. Great, and now we're ready to blend. So here's our end product. I have a old mason jar. This used to have tomato sauce, but now it has a delicious smoothie that we made, and the color might not look very appetizing, but trust me, it's delicious, and you'll love it too if you try it. So give it a try. Here's our salad and our smoothie. You can already tell I took a drink of our smoothie. I got too excited before the picture. Have a good one. Thanks.